Bruh, what is going on in the skies right now?
I'll only date a guy if he makes six figures. No,
I told you that scientifically, life is exactly like a video.
Tonight, the new redistribution law is in effect.
I don't know what the hell is happening lately, but people are getting weird.
What up, man? Giving you another react. I found the craziest, creepiest TikToks on the dark side of the web. So make sure to sit back, relax, observe, and let's get into it, y'all. Roll the clip.
Take a look at this post that Donald Trump shared. It's him sitting on a throne, wearing all gold, crown on his head, massive throne, while other political leaders kneel at his feet. Whether you agree with him or not is not the point. The symbolism here is the point. This is the exact visual language the Bible warns us about in the last days. Thrones, crowns, worship, earthly power being portrayed as divine. It's the same pattern we see in Revelation. Humanity lifting up leaders to God status, almost begging for someone to rule them, begging for somebody to save them. Jesus warned us that in the last days, deception would be so thick that even the elect could be fooled. Not because the Antichrist shows up breathing fire, but because people get used to imagery like this. People get used to seeing a political messiah. This shows the idea that an earthly leader deserves the honor that only belongs to Christ. This isn't so much about the people in the picture as it is the spirit behind it. A spirit that wants worship, that wants allegiance, a spirit conditioning the world to bow to a throne that isn't God. Stay awake, stay grounded. Don't get caught up in personalities or parties. In the last days, the greatest danger isn't who sits on a throne, it's who we're willing to bow to.
So Katy Perry, one of the most disgusting celebrities to ever walk planet Earth, is now suing an 85-year-old dying veteran after taking away his house. See, her and her husband Orlando Bloom wanted this disabled veteran's home, so they went to him while he was still recovering from back surgery and he was all fucked up on pain medication, and they convinced him to sign the contract. And once he sobered up, he realized what had happened and he was like, no man, like I'm dying and I want to die in this home. We need to reverse this contract. This isn't fair. So while this dude is dying, Katy dragged him through the courts for years, and eventually she won. She actually took the dude's home away from him. But just taking his home away was not enough for Katy. She's decided that she's gonna go back and sue him for almost $5 million and make him spend his remaining days on this planet fighting a legal battle against her. This isn't the first time she's been shady in her real estate dealings. She stole a nunnery out from under a bunch of nuns, and one of them literally died in the courtroom fighting that case. Who do you think is in the right in this? The dying veteran or Katy Perry? Let me know right down there in the comments.
Imagine having the power to move people from one reality to the next. To swap a person out with their doppelganger from another Earth, to shift them. That's what I do. Where's my wife? Oh, I shifted her. Well, the first time I shifted her is when you gave her that ridiculous pendant.
No, wait. Oh. No, she threw that away.
Not the original Molly.
You know what? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Prove it.
Prove it?
Prove it. Shift somebody.
Who would you like me to shift?
I don't know. All right, shift her.
You want me to shift Tina? Are you sure?
Prove it.
That reminds me of a couple of Rapture videos I've been seeing lately.
All members of crash team report immediately for a code West.
Where on earth are these people going to? Where are they disappearing to? The new Earth?
Bruh, what is going on in the skies right now? Because this ain't normal. Airlines all across the world just started canceling and delaying flights. All because a software update on one of the most common planes in the sky started acting weird, y'all. And get this, analysts think that the same computer glitch might have played a role in the JetBlue plane altitude suddenly dropping last month. Imagine you on a plane just chilling, relaxing, and all of a sudden the joint just nosedive or just drop out of nowhere, all because of a code update. Then the Airbus came out and said something completely even crazier. They are investigating and found signs of intense solar radiation may have corrupted data inside the flight control systems. So we talking solar radiation. Like the sun is now messing with planes. Y'all remember them 2 blackouts? Now we having plane blackouts. I don't know what's happening, y'all. Between the radiation and the software glitches and a plane suddenly dropping altitude, all I'm gonna tell you, something is not adding up.
The great irony is, of course, that Donald Trump is the son of an immigrant, the grandson of an immigrant, and married to an immigrant. In fact, 2 of his 3 wives were immigrants, proving yet again that immigrants will do the jobs that even Americans are not willing to do.
I've been stuck in the fucking Illuminati, bro, for a minute. And like, I'm trying to get out. The only way out is by stabbing somebody or shooting somebody. I can't do it anymore, bro. Like, I'm a puppet to them, bro. Like, if they told me, all right, go to this Diddy party, I gotta go to Diddy party. I know. And like, get fucking ass. Like, I can't do that no more.
Bro, how do you know that?
Huh?
How do you know that? Yeah.
The Book of Enoch was taken out of the Bible in the 4th century. And although many people believe that it was taken out because it wasn't accurate to the original scriptures, others speculate that it might have actually been taken out because it talks about a history of humanity that's not currently accepted. In the book, it talks about how there was a group of angels known as watchers that began stepping out of line a little bit. They began teaching humans things that humans weren't meant to know at that time, like makeup, astrology, and how to create weapons. Furthermore, these angels began to lay with human women, and as a result, giants, also known as Nephilim, were born. The book gives an entirely different account of human history and talks about things like why the sun, stars, and moon move the way that they do, the shape of our world, and even where the watcher angels are currently.
The Book of Enoch is where the secrets are at, y'all.
They're telling me Saudi Arabia is about to buy Warner Brothers Studio, Warner Brothers Discovery. All these millionaires in United States, all these big corporation companies, and yet we're about to allow Saudi Arabia buy Warner Brothers. What about Netflix? What happened? What's on that? What about Paramount? A lot of people think if Saudi Arabia was to purchase, Warner Brothers, the amount of propaganda they're going to put in their TVs, their movies, or whatever is going to be crazy, though. It's going to be crazy. The other side, people are saying that America is cooked. Like, you have to go to Saudi Arabia to get money, but again, like, they got the money. That's the crazy thing about it. They out there paying for celebrities and shit. And if it's another thing, right? If you seen that South Park episode they just dropped, though, like, it's apparently clear that, most people are not rocking with Saudi Arabia. They just think that is just a terrorist place. They just think that place is, you feel me? They got the slaves and shit. Like, it's crazy over there. They don't want no association. But why is America folding to them, bro? Somebody drop my comments. Let me know, though. Because it's over. We're cooked. Movies are done with.
The more I left religion, the closer I got to God. The more I left religion, I got closer to righteousness. The more I left tradition, I came over to truth. The Bible is stated truly, it's just not truly stated. So I go to the Bible to show people that the allegory in the Bible, that's all it is. It's allegory, it's folklore, it's similes, it's metaphors. Those are not historic things that actually happened, people. Do you think a nigga was in the belly of a whale, or was he being swallowed up by his circumstances? That rat, Meshach, and Abednego was not in the fiery furnace. They had to burn things off in their life.
Right.
Goliath, David didn't kill a giant. It's slaying the shit in your mind that you have to slay so that you can go to a new level.
Right.
That's the allegory, people. Yeah. People have been so programmed and indoctrinated. I know people with PhDs but don't know how to tap into God. You got a master's degree, nigga, but no knowledge of the master. Or how to master yourself.
Right.
The police arrested them, but then quickly released them. And then, oh no, according to the Jerusalem Post, now there's fear among Israelis there that the Netherlands, the Dutch aren't going to do anything about it. That's bullshit. It's a lie. Clearly they arrested them and let them go because there were other circumstances. There were other things that were taken into consideration. And then that's why they were let go. In France, a resort manager was arrested after denying entry to 150 Israeli children at a holiday village. That did happen. There are definitely Israelis that, it's not a fight. It's not a brawl. There's no antagonizing. But they show up and people look at them and they're like, you're a bunch of Zionist Israelis and you're clearly pro-Zionist. You're proud of what your country's doing. You're not welcome here. And this is going on all around the world where Israelis and IDF and people that are proud of Israel and Zionism, they're being run out of restaurants. They're being run out of water parks. They're being run out of hotels. They're being run out because people are not in support. And when you think, now you might think, well, that's wrong. They shouldn't be doing that. But should they or should they not? I mean, when we look back at Nazi time and we say, what would I have done to the Nazis? If a Nazi showed up at my business, what would I do? Would I serve him or would I not serve the Nazi? I mean, ask yourself that question. If you owned a restaurant and a Nazi showed up, would you serve the Nazi? Or would you say, you're not welcome in my business? I think that we've all been trained by society to say we would not serve the Nazi. So it shouldn't be so shocking to the Israelis that suddenly people are saying, we won't serve you. We're just not going to serve you. You know, you're a pro-Zionist Israeli. We're not serving you. And I think, when we look back on this time, that might actually be the moral and the correct stance. So, even though on the surface I'm like, oh, that's, should they really be denying entry of 150 Israeli kids, in the holiday village? Like, should they really be doing that? But then, but the children, I mean, what we've been seeing even in Israel is that they're, watching we know from the stats that the vast majority of Israelis, unfortunately, don't care about Palestinian suffering at all. And, this is unfortunately the consequence of that. In Vienna, pro-Palestinian protesters stormed the Austrian Broadcasting Corporation building to protest Israeli war coverage showing political unrest linked to the conflict. Greek authorities faced protests after allowing Israeli civilian airplanes some shelter. Across Europe, more than 500 arrests occurred during pro-Palestinian protests over the weekend in the UK and other countries, some involving violent clashes with police. Israeli defense companies were excluded from a Dutch defense fair due to concerns about social unrest linked to the war in Gaza. And Shael says,
I don't know what the hell is happening lately, but people are getting weird. Like every time I go out, someone's either pissed off, staring you down, or acting like basic manners are now optional. You go to the store, everyone, looks like they're one bump away from throwing hands in the produce aisle. You hold the door open for somebody, they walk through it like you owed them that shit. When you're driving, people are cutting you off, brake checking, acting like their day is more important than everybody else's. And it's not just anger, it's jealousy, it's bitterness, it's envy. You can feel it coming off of people. I mean, you post something good happening in your life, people get quiet. You post something bad and they're suddenly watching real close. That alone should tell you where people's hearts are at right now. And the thing is, nobody's hiding it anymore. People are sloppy with their negativity. Their energy's loud as hell. You don't even have to guess. You can see it in their face before they even open their mouth. The customer service, dead. The cashiers look like they're fighting demons. Half of the customers look like they brought theirs to share. And every day feels heavier. The grocery trip, the workday, the errands. Even standing in line feels tense as hell. Everyone's burnt out. Everyone's jealous of something. Everyone's mad at life and taking it out on strangers. And honestly, it's getting obvious, real obvious. The energy is shifting, and not in a good way. People are turning cold, quick. And if you've been paying attention, you've seen it too.
All the bitterness, the negativity, the toxicity, and all of these low vibrational emotions that everyone on the world stage is experiencing. Could it be that the byproduct of that comes from its source, which is the system that created it in order for us to go through what we're going through? We as humanity should make it a priority to stay grounded in a neutral, positive state of mind. Instead of being all negative, all crazy, man. What does that bring you? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Spam it up in the comments, man.
Tonight, the new redistribution law is in effect. Hundreds of society's wealthiest are boarding transfer ships bound for mandatory labor programs in Africa.
This is unbearable. We were told it would be dignified work.
It's 100 degrees and we're hacking at dirt for hours.
What's up, you trying to step to the mic? I need to hear this, let's go. Thanks for stepping to the mic. My name is Michael Manelli, and I'm looking for a feature, so I need your best right now.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna start, then you go, okay?
Sounds good.
She don't wanna see me with somebody else. I love that girl more than I love myself, but lately I've been feeling something different in the energy. And now she don't think we're meant to be. Well, I keep it a band round here. She must have forgot that I'm the man round here. Nothing ever goes away, it's planned round here. But she don't wanna see me with somebody else.
Okay, it's like, makes sense, I don't wanna split my time, no, no. Hey, built like this woman and all mine, yeah, yeah. Get 'em obsessed, cause my soul divine, like matching what it's like when my waist go wine. Bad, bad thing from the motherland. She must they ought to be a deep sea energy. I don't even play ya. Had me at goodbye, habibi. Not much left to say, but when you come running back, my mind be acting dangerous. Yeah, Hayati, I spend so much time alone. When you tell me that you love me, make sure that you kiss the throne. Love you down now and forever, but baby, don't get it wrong. How do you want me to see with no one else when you left me alone?
Come on, man, you know it's a Habibi ting out here in New York City.
Zara Mandani is already telling you how he feels about police and what he's looking to do to them. And I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna say this right now. Crime is an approach that was central to the city's quarter century of success in boosting public safety. And he slurred NYPD cops, claiming they targeted minorities. Of course, just a few years back, Mandani himself smeared them as a racist, anti-queer, and a major threat to public safety, not to mention wicked and corrupt. Let me tell you something. He doesn't like police. I told you. Zara Mandani see how his people get treated. He watch videos. He see how his people get treated. Imagine you coming from somewhere and now you're the mayor of somewhere. As an illegal immigrant, it's a huge milestone for your people and for you to put your people on the map. He see cops targeting the way they treat his people. He see ICE, the way they treat and target his people. It's going to be a fucking problem. It's about to be a fucking movie. So get back and get ready, cause this shit about to get interesting. Minorities, immigrants, they're gonna be put on the map.
So the biggest heist of the year just happened, and police in Pennsylvania are dropping everything to look into it. So what did the people steal? Gold? Money? Jewels? No, they stole a bunch of eggs. 100,000 eggs to be exact. Yes, that's right, a group of people pulled off a heist where they stole 100,000 eggs from a distribution trailer that was sent from an egg company. This obviously is because of the recent egg price increase which has been happening because of the bird flu epidemic which has been causing a shortage. And clearly it's gotten so bad that people are stealing these eggs like as if they're made of gold. Soon enough, there's going to be a black market of people selling eggs instead of selling drugs. Like, the fact that people are really pulling an Ocean's 11 just to steal some dairy is wild. Now, the actual total of all these eggs stolen is $40,000, which is a pretty decent amount, because 4 years ago, the value of those eggs would have been less than $19,000.
A lot of these girls on the internet, the reason they're on the internet is because nobody wants to be around them in real life. That's a big reason. So, like, all these girls that always have problems with men on the internet, number one, they're probably the problem. And number two, they're also people that constantly have problems wherever they go.
I was going to TikTok, what's going on, y'all? Listen, y'all, I got to make this video, and I'm going to need each single one of you guys right now. Each single one of you guys right now. If you don't share this video, you don't want to hear the truth. You do not want the truth to get out to the people, okay? Because a lot of people right now getting distracted, okay? Y'all are getting distracted, for real. So check this out. They come out with some breaking news yesterday, which means that there was a shooting in DC, which that killed 2 National Guard, okay? There was a shooting in DC. 2 National Guard guys died in DC. And then they saying that the suspect was 29 years old. They said that those two suspects was from Afghanistan, right? So now check this out. If you understand morology, numerology, the numbers, everything was a motherfucking sacrifice. Everything was a psyop. Okay? Why? The two suspects was 29 years old. Then we go to 9/11. Don't play with me. Then we go to 9/11 again. So now guess what? Yesterday was 26, right? November the 26th. Then we go to numbers of the guy that the suspect. Who's, if you flip the 6, there's gonna be a 9/11. 9 plus 2, 11. So a lot of people do not understand what's happening right now, and y'all getting distracted. And I thought you guys was talking about this Jeffrey Nephilim list not too long ago. So y'all forgot about the list? Y'all already forgot about the list? Y'all already forgot about the trust trafficking that's going on right now? Don't forget about the trust trafficking that's happening in the United States, around the whole world. And y'all talking about this National Guard that got shot. Come on, man, stop playing with me. Y'all don't get distracted. All this shit right here is happening right now. It's distracting to make you guys forget about what's really going on. Don't forget about the list. Don't forget about the trust trafficking that's going on. This shit that take place in DC is about to be, they're about to order a martial law. That's what I can tell you guys. Get ready. A lot of people won't be going anywhere. This shit is about to be real dog mind. I'm telling y'all. Much love. Peace.
Your outer world is just a reflection of what you hold inside. To change your life, you have to change your mind first. If you want something, whether it's better health, success, or peace, you can't just wish for it. You have to build it within you, every day. Your mind has to believe it, feel it, and embody it long before it shows up in your life. Let's say you're struggling with your health. Instead of giving energy to fear or pain, shift your attention. Nurture thoughts of strength. Visualize yourself well. Feel what it's like to be vibrant, full of energy. It's not denial. It's consciously choosing where you place your power. This takes time. It might take weeks or months. But if you stay consistent, if you keep feeding that new version of yourself with clarity, belief, and emotional investment, your outer world will slowly align. Your reality has no choice but to catch up. You are the architect of your life. Build from within.
Apparently, there's a theory that says satellites are not actually in outer space, but rather they're balloons in the sky. Check this out. This is a satellite with a balloon, and this is the theory, right? They say the theory is that all satellites, they're not in outer space. They're literally held by balloons. Now, there was a specific comment here. Let me see if I can pull it up, and maybe you guys are going to remember this. Who remembers a couple of years ago, we thought China was spying on us, but it was really a NASA satellite. Freaking blew my mind, because this was like headline news when this news came out, right? Who remembers this? That everybody was going crazy because supposedly China was spying on the United States. But I truly think that it was just because TikTok and all the social media platforms caught evidence of these balloons. So now they had to come up with something crazy, some sort of news and headlines to kind of derail everybody from looking into satellites. Because as you guys know, the theory out there is that there's no, obviously, well, there is an outer space, but not exactly how we've been told, right? Obviously, there's the firmament that protects us and divides the waters from the heavens from the waters from Earth.
They had destroyed 3 planets and slaughtered 50 million humans in the star system Lyra. As a result of that, the humans had to scatter throughout the galaxy, and some of them came here. And they settled on 2 planets. They settled on Maldek, which was the 4th planet in line, and on Mars. Of course, the reptilians roamed the galaxy, and they finally got here to our system. They destroyed Maldek. They stripped Mars of much of its atmosphere, and at that point, the Federation decided to send a race of humans here who were originally from Lyra. They were a fierce human race and very advanced. So the Federation says we're going to send them to Earth to confront the reptilians. And supposedly, that was the first human presence on this planet was on Atlantis.
They descended from the heavens, seekers of gold. With light and code, they reshaped our blood, forging a new breed of servant. But in the sands of Mesopotamia, servants became soldiers. And when the...
Look, for years, the church has been looking for the wrong thing. We've been looking for a tattoo. We've been looking for a literal microchip inserted under the skin. We've been looking for something physical and obvious. But I need you to ask yourself a hard question today. What if we missed it? What if the infrastructure for the mark of the beast isn't coming in some distant sci-fi future? What if it's being built right now, right under our noses, disguised as the two things we love most, convenience and security? I'm talking about the rise of digital ID. Governments all over the world, not just in one place, but globally, are rushing to get their citizens on a digital ledger. And the sales pitch is always the same. They say, hey, no more lost passwords, no more stolen wallets. It's for your safety. And sure, that sounds great on the surface. Who doesn't want safety? But here is the catch that nobody is talking about on the news. A physical ID card, the one in your pocket right now, is just plastic. It doesn't track where you go. It doesn't turn off if you disagree with the issuer. It's passive. But a digital ID, that is programmable. It is connected to the cloud. It is alive. Think about the power that gives a system. If your ID is required to log into the internet to access your bank account or to travel across state lines. What happens if the system decides to lock you out? We saw a glimpse of this recently in various countries where bank accounts were frozen just because people protested against the government. That wasn't an accident. That was a test run. The Bible warned us about a system where you can't buy or sell without permission. Today, that system is technically possible. Revelation 13 is looking less like a metaphor and more like tomorrow's headline. You've been warned it's time to be about the Father's business. Get closer to him and warn others. And if this video opened your eyes, do me a favor. Hit that like button. It helps us get this warning out to more people. And please share this video with a friend or family member. Remember, each time you share, it's bringing another soul out of darkness into the marvelous light. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.
There is something deeply, deeply dark being pushed at the highest level of the Trump administration. Their end goal is something called remigration. The official Homeland Security account on Twitter, quote, "The stakes have never been higher and the goal has never been more clear. Remigration now." Now you may be asking, what is this term remigration?
To simplify, remigration is the act and/or process of returning immigrants to their country of origin. There are a number of people and organisations that will tell you remigration is only deporting the illegal immigrants and the foreign criminals and voluntary repatriation. That is a lie. That is not what remigration is. Remigration is reversing our demographic decline by any means necessary. There is no person in this country that does not belong here that has the right to demographically replace us. We will not tolerate that under any circumstances.
Under any circumstance. He says later on that it's going to be violent. It is not going to be peaceful whatsoever.
I do not care if these people came over illegally. I do not care if they came over legally. I do not care if they were born here. I do not care if their grandparents were born here. These people have to leave. This is not their land. This is ours, and we will not tolerate it.
Then, Donald Trump makes a post essentially endorsing this crazy ideology. He says, "I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States, denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility. Only reverse migration can fully cure this situation." Sick, twisted shit.
Wow, that's unreal. If this is reaching this stage, it's only gonna be bad news from here on out. What do y'all think?
Jesus died for our sins. It's incredible. The ultimate sacrifice. If it weren't for Jesus dying for our sins, we'd go straight to hell. What did you do? Did you, kill someone? What? What could be so bad? Forgiveness to yourself requires an execution of a human. I mean, nothing. Everyone's sinned, right? Are you gay? What? No. Did someone convince you being gay is bad? Because let me tell you, it's not a sin. I'm not gay. Then what'd you do? Alright, I did do something pretty bad. I stole chapstick when I was 16. Fuck, got caught and paid a fine, but I still feel really bad. And that's why I'm so happy Jesus died for that sin. Sounds like you already paid for it in guilt and a fine. Hardly think that's grounds for an execution. My sin requires a blood sacrifice. Without that sacrifice, I would not be forgiven. I don't want to spend eternity in hell. The devil licking my ass. Is that it? I mean, that's not the only thing. Humans are inherently sinful. I blame Eve. Slut. Ate that goddamn fruit. So all this because of a fruit. Someone had to be executed because of a fruit? Now, that's definitely a little extreme.
Do you remember this film? It was called The Sixth Day. Arnold Schwarzenegger played a man who lived in a future where cloning had become so advanced, people could literally bring their pets back from the dead. There was even a company called Repet. You'd walk in with your deceased pet's DNA sample, and a few days later, you'd walk out with a perfect clone. They looked the same, acted the same, remembered you, almost as if death itself had been deleted. But in the movie, cloning humans was strictly illegal. That is, until Arnold's character comes home one day and finds another version of himself already there. Living his life from there, everything unravels. The film asked one haunting question. When you clone life, are you saving it or replacing it? And now, more than 20 years later, that question isn't science fiction anymore. Tom Brady, and yes, that Tom Brady, just revealed that his dog, Junie, is a clone of his late dog, Lua. He worked with a biotech company to copy Lua's DNA before she died. And now he's raising her genetic twin. Same DNA, same face, same everything. But is it the same soul? We've officially stepped into the world the sixth day warned us about. A world where death can be delayed, identity can be duplicated, and love can be scientifically replicated. But if you had the chance to bring your pet back, would you do it?
Would you get a clone? Once cloning is available for the general public, would you get it? I'm your clone.
He's so cute. He's got your eyes. Cause he's got my eyes. He's my clone, baby. I'm not me. I'm you. I'm you. Oh, you're me.
Hi friends, welcome back. And today we're going to be taking a look at these two plus Isaac Cappy, you know, those that are here to save us. But here we take a look at the bones, the skeletons of public figures to help crack and crumble these illusions they cast upon us and lift the veil and the scales from our eyes. Please do not show hate to anyone anywhere for any reason. We do not know these people, therefore we definitely do not hate them. Now don't mind me, I'm just standing here with a giant needle ready to pop this bubble of delusion. So in this picture, I can see two upside down eggies, close set features, low set ears, nothing really going on in the necktie area. Here we can see Jim's small V-shaped clavicle bones going on, close set features, flat forehead, no brow ridge bone present. Here we again can see the things I just mentioned, no brow ridge, but the close set features, low set ears, and nothing is going on in the necktie area. Here's his wife, Carrie Browett, who was a professional women's basketball player. And she's got that piercing gaze with that strong skull. Now, check out her necktie area, that strong skull, that piercing gaze. She is liney. She has a long humerus bone, okay? Which one has the softer look? Wowie, wow, look at that necktie area. My goodness. Appears there's been a little work done to it, but it is still quite pronounced, okay? Thick clavicle bones, squared skull, piercing gaze. He has that more upside down egg-shaped skull, little small ears. Here we can really see the skull differences, blocking it like his hot, piercing gaze. The more upside down, egg-shaped skull, thick sternocleidomastoid tendons, her long, straight arms. She is lining. Here he is with that good old pelvic tilt, V-shaped clavicle bones, little bitty skull, tiny ears. And again here with that slight pelvic tilt, the arm is akimbo, it's slightly bent out and it hangs out and around the hips, the V-shaped clavicle bones, close-set features. Here he is crisscross applesaucing that angled femurs, bringing the front foot directly in front of the back foot. Again here with the arm swinging akimbo, teeny tiny little skull. Again here, inline footfall. And here he is walking with his wife, who has plenty of spacing between the two walking sticks for the toy soldier gait. And he has the inline footfall, the little bitty short arms, small hands. Her neck is longer than his. Okay, he is illuminated. Hidden hand, okay? With his close-set features, little skull. And again here with the hidden hand. And I'm sure this is more symbolism that I just don't know about. But guys, what is the hidden hand? Those who pull the strings, okay? The puppeteers of this reality. I'm here to crack and crumble illusions. These people are not here to save us, okay? We must save ourselves. Now let's take a look at Mel Gibson, okay? So he's got that short humerus bone from the shoulder to the elbow, little tiny arms, okay? He does have that more upside down egg-shaped skull, flat forehead, no brow ridge, low set ears. V-shaped clavicle bones, again with the upside down eggy. Here we can see that good old pelvic tilt going on, low set belly button, teeny tiny skull. He's got the sloping shoulders, nothing going on in the necktie area, close-set features, flat forehead. I can see that curved S-shaped spine. It's rounding at the top and in at the bottom. V-shaped clavicle bones. Oh no. That curving of the spine, that's the curved S-shaped spine, low-set belly button, short humerus. He's having a rough day. Now, he looks so different, in my opinion. I'm not even sure it's the same person anymore. Really, I'm not. Now, I told you before, I think Mel is playing him, or possibly he's playing Mel, but somehow they are connected. I also believe Woody Harrelson plays this character, but I think these two are connected. They both look like they're wearing rubber masks, so who knows who's really under there. But tell me you can't see it. It's like, because Mel acts so eccentric these days, and then he's, I don't know. Can you guys see what I see? Here he is with his son. Look at the son's sloping shoulders. There's sloping shoulders. There's short little odd arms. Upside down eggies. Gosh, he really looks like he has on a mask right here. Crisscross applesauce, inline footfall, sloping shoulders. Teeny tiny upside down eggy. Again here with the inline footfall. Here he is with Gerard Butler, and they're both crisscross applesaucing down the street. Notice the wider hips here. I have actually done a video with Gerard Butler. If you'd like to go check that out, it's one of the first videos I did. Actually, that one got booted off of here. It's on my YT channel if you want to go check that out. Some of my other videos that were over there too. So I saw an article while doing research for this video that Andrew Garfield believes he should not be blacklisted from Hollywood and all this stuff. And it got me thinking, is he playing him? Because they love to tell us, or they have to tell us due to karmic law, or so they say. I think they just like to mock us. But we can take their nonsense and turn it into a fun game of what the heck is going on. Now here's Isaac Cappy, who came out of nowhere to expose the darkness in Hollywood. And yes, I'm sure there is darkness, but this to me reeks of a psychological operation, in my opinion, okay? Close set features, upside down, eggy, just so awkward. Here he is with some girl. He is teeny tiny, little bitty arms, She has that strong clavicle bones going straight across the chest, long straight arms, more squared skull, okay? And there really aren't any pictures of him. I could not find any gate photos or anything. But as many of you have seen by now, he looks identical to him. So what the heck is going on here? So in my opinion, that's David D. Rothschild, okay? So this is just him playing a role. You cannot tell me that's not the same person. Their faces are identical, okay? They just gave him some horrible looking hairdo to distract, okay? So here's David again with this is David with, or both, close-set features, that more upside down egg-shaped skull. And David has those akimbo arms and sloping shoulders. And here he is with the inline footfall. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, but in my opinion, it's the same freaking person, guys. And again here with a girl with thick sternocleidomastoids blocking. It's like a taut, long, straight arm, and he's got the inline footfall. Now here's Roseanne with her black and white for duality. Here's her new podcast showing one eye, of course. Look at those large ears. Her skull slopes backwards. I love to look at these old magazine covers. My goodness, Roseanne on top. She's got those deep set eyes with that piercing gaze, and he's got that super flat forehead. You guys remember this movie, She-Devil? Look at that piercing gaze and that strong jawline. Here she is with her super straight spine. Here she is really looking like a she-devil with her knees punching forward, plenty of spacing, broad squared shoulders, squared blocky skull, and the husband has the more upside down egg-shaped skull. Uh-oh, is she denoting her level of programming with the Playboy bunny ears? I have done a video on Hugh Hefner and the Girls Next Door if you want to go check that out. Knees punching forward like a toy soldier. Now, so weird. People are making dresses that look like Roseanne's couch from the show. Come on, people. There's like a whole website for Roseanne Barr dresses. The idol worship is off the charts. Classy. Here she is with her super stick straight spine. And she's totally illuminated, guys. Come on, okay? Wake up, all right? These people are not on our team, in my opinion. Notice the patterns, notice the symbolism. But just remember, you don't need to believe me because I'm just a silly lady on the internet that says, bones don't lie, people do. Bye.
Bones don't lie. And that could be proven. Just pay attention to a woman when she walks and a man when he walks. The difference between both of them when they walk. The man's knees is straight. The woman's knees, when she walks, the knees is out. Y'all know the game.
Imagine if Socrates walked into the Garden of Eden. He would overhear the serpent telling Adam and Eve that the forbidden fruit was good. He would immediately say, "Why is knowledge forbidden?" He would then turn to God and say, "How can ignorance be virtuous? And is the fruit evil because you forbid it? Or is it forbidden because the fruit is evil?" While he was waiting for God to come up with a response, he'd turn to the serpent and say, "An unexamined life is not worth living, right?" And the serpent would agree. Socrates would then turn back to Adam and Eve and say, "Do you know what evil is? Do you know what good is? Do you understand God's command?" To which both Adam and Eve would say, "We have no idea." He would spin back towards God and say, "Does a just God punish the ignorant for being ignorant?" After giving it lots of thought, Socrates would proclaim, "The serpent speaks the truth. God commands fear." Socrates would then walk up and be the first one to eat from the tree of knowledge and would proclaim, "If knowledge is good and if life is good, then eating from the tree of knowledge is the highest good."
The vagina is a portal into this physical world. Female is magnetic, she attracts. Male is electric, he is action. She represents the moon, the subconscious, emotional, and indirect. He represents the sun, the conscious mind, direct and logical. Once you study the subconscious and the conscious mind and their relationship with each other, you will then understand how the opposite sex in your relationship functions. Females speak subconsciously. If she is hungry, she will say, "Are you hungry?" Males speak directly. If they are hungry, they will say, "We're getting food." Direction and indirection. Lines and curves. So have you realized how different you are from others? Stop trying to outsmart the others and start to learn to listen. I get these energy and knowledge from this book. It's on sale now, cheaper than I bought it, and it's the perfect time to buy it.
I just finished buying that book for a great friend. Volume 1 and Volume 2. It's a great read, y'all. Y'all should check it out. The Book of Wisdom is the truth.
What's going on, man? You trying to step to the mic? I'm trying to sing on the mic. Sing on the mic? You better get up there then. Thanks for stepping to the mic. My name is Michael Minelli, and I'm looking for a feature, so I need your best on this one. I'm going to start it, then you go, okay? Let's do it. Let's get it then. Does he make you laugh like I did? Does he make you cry like I did? I love that man, I swear to God, if he breaks your heart like I did. Does your mom think he's the one? Does your father call him son? I dropped the ball this lifetime, but I want in another one. I know words cannot help, but hear me out, this is a big step. Girl, I know that I messed up, girl, I was wrong. Had me going out of my mind. I read your message about 1,000 times, taking every part of me just to be strong. Yeah, I misuse your tongue. I put our love on the line, oh child, I apologize. Promise I'ma make it up this time, oh. That's angelic vocals right there, man.
Have you happened to come across this viral new trend where people that are pulled over by law enforcement for traffic stops are not opening their windows, but they're actually putting a sign in the window telling the officers what they will comply with and what they will not comply with? If you haven't seen the viral video, take a look at this. Look at that. I've gone ahead and stopped the video right where the sign appears. Take a look at what the sign actually says. I remain silent. No searches. I want my lawyer. Please put any tickets under my windshield wipers. I'm not required to sign, and then goes on to put the law number right next to it. I'm not required to hand you my license, again with the law number stated on the side. As you can see, the license is being displayed below the sign in the window. Thus, I'm not opening my window. I will comply with clearly stated lawful orders. So I guess my question to you is, do you think this is going to go far in certain states? Do you think that officers are going to allow this to happen in certain states? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Would you do something like this? Would you have the you-know-what to do something like this? And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
What do you think, y'all?
Okay, I'm going to give you a fair warning. What you're about to see is a bit graphic. Protesters inside and outside of Union Station in Washington, D.C. did a performance art. Okay, just be forewarned, it looks like a lot of blood and people are eating body parts, but here it is. They staged this protest, this performance art protest, where leaders from Donald Trump, Netanyahu, Marco Rubio, Antony Blinken, and Joe Biden dined on the body parts of Gazans, is essentially what this protest was depicting. So you could see them there eating the various different body parts. This was called Israel First Friendsgiving Dinner. Figured it was appropriate to show you this while you're probably about ready to eat. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But this was staged inside and outside of Union Station in Washington, D.C. They had two different displays, and you could see them there drinking blood and eating organs, and they even had a menu. Let me show you. And you can see there's Joe Biden. You can see Antony Blinken next to him. There's Marco Rubio, Donald Trump, and next to him is Benjamin Netanyahu. I have to say that Netanyahu's mask is really, really creepy because it looks pretty darn close to how he actually looks. It's like the most obvious of the masks. Like when you see a mask of Benjamin Netanyahu, that just looks just like him. And the others looks a little different, but Netanyahu, it's like, Is he wearing a mask all the time, every day? Maybe. It looks, doesn't really look that different. But they had a menu here. The starter, Gaza children's limbs, 21,000 plus Palestinian children disabled by Israel. 10 plus children lose one or both legs every day since October 2023. No place on earth has more child amputees than Gaza. For the main course, stolen organs, corneas, heart valves, livers, kidneys, and bones. Palestinian bodies routinely returned missing organs. Israel illegally harvests organs from Palestinians they kill or kidnap. So this is the some of the prisoners when the bodies were returned to Palestine, those that were captured and held by the Israelis, the hostages, the Palestinian hostages they kept. Of course, they called them prisoners. Some of them were returned mutilated and they were missing organs. For dessert, illegally harvested skin, Israel National Skin Bank, world's largest skin bank, skin illegally stolen from the bodies of Palestinians killed or kidnapped, there I am, Freudian slip, by Israel. Sorry about this if you're eating. Don't watch this if you're eating. And for drink, Gaza's spilled blood, 186,000 civilians and children killed by Israel. Of course, this got a lot of backlash. Many were sharing.
This is all just for entertainment purposes and entertainment purposes only. But what do you guys think about what you just said? That was wild.
A lot of church people are going to hate me for this, but I'm sorry to ruffle some feathers, but God is not human. I really wish y'all stop saying that. God has no gender. God is not a male. God is not a female. God is simply just energy, okay? God is energy. Do I believe God? Yes, because I believe in energy. Do I believe that God is human? No. God is not human. Okay, and I know what you're going to say. Oh, well, it says it in the Bible. But guess what? The Bible was rewritten so many times that y'all are brainwashed. Okay, you are brainwashed. You are delusional if you think that God is in human form. Okay, if you think that God is just like us, blood vessels, eyes, ears, mouth, teeth. If you think that's what God looks like, you are delusional. Oh, well, the Bible says God made us in his own image and no. The Bible is wrong, okay? The Bible was rewritten so many times. I'm sorry. If you think God is in human form, in the clouds, in the sky, and is controlling everything, which God is, because God is energy, but God is not in no human form. Let me ask you a question. When the wind blows, do you see the wind? Huh? That's a serious question. When the wind blows, do you see the wind blowing? Like, do you actually see the wind? No, because what you actually see is the leaves moving, the trees blowing. You don't actually see the wind blowing trees. So it's kind of like with God, right? Because God is energy. Now, did God create the moon, the stars, the trees, and humans? Yes, God has. And if you notice, I'm saying God, I'm not saying he. Because even in church, as a little girl, I used to always hear this song called, He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. If you notice, they would say he. I don't know, like as I got older, I did my own research and I have my own discernment and I'm a free thinker and I think outside the box, but I don't care what nobody says. God does not have a gender. Do I believe that God is in human form? No. But do I believe that God is energy? Yes. Really think about that before y'all decide to say, oh, well, God is he and he is God and he's almighty. Energy is almighty. Energy creates everything. Energy controls everything. There's no he, there's no she.
That driving force, all together, that triad, is your energy. 3, 6, 9. Tesla talk, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Let's finish off with this last banger here.
I'll only date a guy if he makes 6 figures. No, 7 figures. Because of inflation? Yeah, because of inflammation? Yeah, and he has to be over 6 feet tall. No, 7 feet tall. Because of inflation? Yeah. And he needs to be okay with me having an OnlyFans? 2 OnlyFans. Yeah. Because of inflation?
This stupid. This stupid.
I am not.
This stupid. This is stupid. I am smarter than the hot 18-year-old. We're smart, she's stupid.
I spent my most
This is so good.
years allowing my body to be used because no one ever taught me what love is or how to respect myself. And all you can do is make fun of me for it.
Uh-oh. You stupid. This Oh, God. This stupid, stupid, stupid bitch. Stupid. The stupidest of the this stupid.
Oh, God, is that Myron?
Stupid.
Oh, no.
This stupid. This stupid.
Wow.
So stupid.
Leave her alone. I'm
Who's
over
this guy?
7 feet tall. I make 7 figures, and I do want her.
Do you have a 7-pack? This stupid man.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord, not good enough? Yep, never good enough.
Let's move into, if you don't mind, Jason, talking about this simulation theory that you kind of originally started with and how that ties into the Phoenix reset that you talked about earlier, and the pyramids for that matter.
Well, that's good. That's good that you want to move in that direction, because it also allows me to answer your question about significant numbers, because that's what the simulation is. This simulated medium that we're in is only through the central nervous system that we're jacked into do we interpret all this as a physical reality, physical sensations, and the central nervous system allows us to compute this data in a linear fashion. But the truth of the matter is everything going on around us is in proportions of 1.618, 3.14, and the ultimate number of curvature itself, which makes all of this possible, is 5.08. And 5.08 is pi times phi, and you will find it everywhere in nature, but it's not even mentioned in science. They don't even recognize it. But where you're going to find this curvature equation, 5.08, which is pi times phi, you're going to find it everywhere in the unfolding of historical events. All you have to do is take any two events in the past that are similar in nature, that are correlates, and all you have to do is find out how many days transpire between those events. Multiply or divide it by 1.618 or 3.14 or 5.08, and you're going to find the exact date in the future where a similar event will occur again that is absolutely connected in space-time to the first two events you measure. This is a part of a system that I have developed into software, and I haven't been wrong yet. I do predictive analytics videos for people all the time, and you'd be shocked about it. I'm not even shocked anymore about it, but because what led to this discovery was history. Just studying history with a calculator, sitting in a prison cell and refusing to believe that dates were accurate unless I could verify them, unless I could show that they were a part of this great grand mathematical construct that we call history. And what I found in the years of world history is absolutely the truth when it comes to the days of a man's life. The operative mathematics and palindromic nature of reality pertains to both. It doesn't matter. The mathematics in the macro apply to the micro as well. The micro being that of the days of the events of a man's life. So I was doing predictions on events in people's lives as I was on the events of world history. And this is how I put my whole chronicon together, which is free to the public on my website in PDF files, which is a mess. It's a lot of files to download, or you can get a real clean copy of it on Gumroad for like $7 or $8. But I don't really try to sell or market that because it is the crowning achievement of all my research. Chronicon is 7,000 years of world recorded human history, citing all the source materials and all the arithmetic that I basically show how our reality is a mathematical construct. And I did this before I even knew anything about simulation theory. I did this because it was very interesting to me. It took a motorcycle accident for me to draw the correlates, for me to realize, holy shit, this is what my research is about. This is what it all meant. This is why it never made sense to me before. It was too mathematically perfect. Now I understand.
I understand. I love it.
These numbers that you're talking about, the golden proportion numbers fool people all the time. That's what they're designed to do. This simulacrum that we're in is based on deceit. It's also based on negative default programming. This is why it's very hard to maintain a positive attitude, because you're saturated with negativity every day. And we become broadcasters and transmitters of the very negativity we're absorbing around us. It's in the arithmetic all around us. But this positivity, this golden proportion, 72, 144, 108, 108, all these golden proportion numbers, people use these in all different types of systems, but they're going to lead you astray every time. You're going to get to a point using golden proportion ratios and numbers, and you're going to get stumped because it's going to lie to you. And it's going to have you believing something's going to occur or happen, or that you have found something of substance, and then it's going to collapse. And then this collapse of discontinuity is not measurable. When it pops back up, you see it, and you start your calculations in golden proportion again, and you get deceived again. But what is not deceptive is the phi ratio of 1.618 and 3.14. Pi and phi, when you measure the years, months, or days in between significant events, and then you do your projections like that. If you were just to count days in multiples of the golden proportion Fibonacci series, you're going to be led down all kinds of false trails.
Say that again?
If you were to like date sequence prediction, if you were to count days, I'll give you an example. If you were to see that, okay, this event occurred and it was 108 days after this event, and these two events are very similar in nature. So you would assume that 108-day multiples, okay, 108, 216, 324, 432, and just keep 540, and you keep going on. Somewhere on that timeline, a significant event's going to occur. This is what many people have done in their mathematical systems, and sequence prediction. It doesn't work. It's going to lead you down false trails. But what does work is taking those two events and counting the number of days between them, and then multiplying it by 1.618. Then looking on a calendar or using a calendar app to determine how far in the future that number is. Because that number might be, if it's 108 days and you multiply it by 1.618, it might end up being 217 days. I don't know. I can't do that calculation in my head like that, but you can do it with a calculator. You look 217 days in the future, and you will find on that exact date a very similar event occurred, which was a holographic reflection of basically a fulfillment of the two events. It's a merge of those events. And this is what I have documented thousands. I have thousands of data sets showing how our entire world history can be measured this way. And
Can't get enough of the simulation theory. That stuff is mind-boggling, man. Well, y'all got to hang out with me for this 1 hour banger. Thanks for tuning in. And I sincerely appreciate you dealing with me with the whole audio issue that I've been having. But good old Mike, good to go. So from here on out, let's rock and roll, y'all. Make sure to subscribe. Smash the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that way you stay notified for the next update, for the next react. Have a safe, productive, amazing, super safe, prosperous day. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.